Hey, are you struggling to find the perfect gift for your spouse? Well, today we have gift ideas for you that are practical, that are meaningful, and that are going to be fun.
Here's how to win this holiday season. We would be doing you a disservice if you're out there and you're like, yeah, all these things are like great, but they're superficial. We put together a deeper gift list for you that these are serious things that will last more than just this Christmas season.
Yes.
Like, I think about my kids, like they're over their gifts, whatever. I mean, maybe 3 weeks. By the time they go back to school, they're over their toys.
If we can just be honest, your kids by 4 p.m. are going to be over their toys.
That is the reality. And you're spending weeks, if not months, putting together this like special thing. And I'm not saying don't do that. Please hear me. Like, do it. But when it comes to your spouse, like, what would it look like if you actually started investing? Because we're just investing in all this stuff. What if you started investing in your spouse and your actual marriage to last? And so here's our gift guide if you want to go a little bit deeper this season with your marriage.
Well, even with you saying that about investing, that's why the married life exists, is that we want to invest in couples that want to invest in themselves.
Right.
Like learning, how do I invest in my marriage? Because it's just like when you think of finances, maybe you have some money in your pocket, you have some money in the bank account, money in wherever, but until you start investing that money, you see your money grow, because your money isn't just growing when it's sitting in a savings account, because that interest rate is 0.000007%.
Yeah.
It's just staying stagnant. It's there, but it's stagnant. But when you're learning how to invest financially, you're going to see an exponential growth on your money. It's the same thing in marriage. But so many people don't know how to invest. And it's the same thing. We don't know how to invest financially. You have to get a financial advisor. You have to watch YouTube videos. You have to listen to podcasts. And that's what this is for, to help you. And whether you're watching on YouTube or maybe you want to do a coaching call with us, whatever it is, but it's to help you invest in your marriage. And these deeper gift ideas are going to help you invest in your marriage.
Yeah. So number one, plan a getaway with your spouse. This goes back to the experience. It could be something fun that you know that they love to do, but plan a getaway with them. I heard a statistic the other day. I don't know if I'd call it a statistic, but I heard a nugget about marriage and how actually when we put our kids first over our spouse, how dysfunctional they are as adults.
Who, the kids?
The kids. Your kids will become dysfunctional adults if you put them before your marriage.
Wow.
Number one, you're giving them a bad example of what it looks like. You're saying that the world revolves around you, and it doesn't, but you're giving them a wrong example of their marriage. And now their marriage is going to struggle when they have kids, because they don't understand that if this marriage doesn't work, this family doesn't work, right? And how many broken families do you know where kids are, split between two parents that are divorced? And so it is a very real thing of developing dysfunctional children when you do not put your spouse first. So,
well, you even saying that, it makes me think, not to cut you off, but about how kids don't know what they want.
Absolutely not.
Like, if we just let our kids run their life the way they do, I mean, Ellis wants candy all the time.
All the time.
How unhealthy he would be. And so if we just, they get upset when we leave.
I'm so sorry. I am.
They're going to see that you guys value each other. And so and again, this happens to us.
All the time.
Our 10-year-old, it's our 10-year-old, not our 7 or 3-year-old. She struggles when we leave. And so even last night when we went to a what's it called?
We had a Christmas dinner.
Yeah. And she saw us getting ready, and she her whole attitude changed on we were having fun. We were playing games earlier, went on bike rides, all the stuff. And it completely changed once she saw us getting ready.
And she's crying.
But we explained to her, listen, mommy and daddy, first of all, we have a rule. We're not gone more than 3 nights a week. On Saturday, we were at 3 parties with our family the whole time,
Fun all weekend.
Exactly. And so we over explain it to her. And so then we help her. And Krissy, you do such a good job with this, of coaching her through her emotions. Because here's the thing, guys. Nobody is going to coach your children through their emotions. So the only way they're going to learn how to have healthy emotions and not let their emotions run them, but learn how to realize what this emotional is signaling is from you teaching them. And so we've given Gwen books to read. We have conversations with her.
We have an emotion wheel on our refrigerator that sometimes I've asked them, I'm like, okay, right now, you look it up. It's like a magnet. Mm-hmm. It's called an emotional wheel. And I think we've talked about it before. Mm-hmm. It's literally, it starts out with the main emotions that we feel: sad, angry, happy, all the things. But then it breaks it down. And so when she's angry, she's really like feeling something deeper than, she's not mad at me, right? And so it helps you to explain to her, okay, this is what you're really feeling. And then you can come in and then you can have that conversation and speak to that thing. Right. And so, yeah, last night I was like, Gwen, I know you're coming off as angry, but right now I just know that you're sad that we're leaving and we're only going to be gone for a little bit. Remember all the fun things they were making hot chocolate bombs. Like we planned something fun for them to do. And so it's like you're right. You're the only one that's going to help your child, because when they get older, they're going to have to go to therapy to be able to figure out how to regulate their emotions.
But tying back to this, like planning a getaway, like when we do our vision retreats, when we go on the married life cruise, we don't take our kids. It's just us. Mm-hmm. When we're on our anniversary, y'all, people are weird. You might be one of those weirdos. They take their kids on their anniversary. That's weird.
Right.
They weren't there on your honeymoon. You know what I mean? Maybe they were. I don't know. If you had a kid beforehand, it's for you.
Right.
Like you have to invest in yourself. And here's the thing, and we talked about this before, moms, you're going to feel mom guilt.
Absolutely. You're
going to feel it. And us guys, we're ready to go. We're like, they'll be here when we get back. So again, this is going back to intimacy. Intimacy just isn't sex. It's then me being able to see you and what's going on with you on the inside and vice versa and having these conversations. So it's going to help us have a stronger relationship.
Mm-hmm. Number 2.
Yep.
Number 2 is a devotional. There are great devotionals out there that it's just a book. You can go on Amazon, find a devotional, maybe something very specific that you want to grow in your marriage. It doesn't have to be a marriage devotional, but something that you guys can do together and grow deeper spiritually together. That's going to outlast this Christmas season, and you're going to remember that for years to come. Get vulnerable on a spiritual level with your spouse.
That's good.
Number 3, a marriage course.
And we are working on that, so we'll have that out for you. And it is, right now we're working on the Blueprints of Marriage that we're hoping to have the workbook out in January. We're working on a full book, the Blueprints of Marriage, and an e-course for you to help you, again, invest in your marriage.
Right.
Have fun conversations, have fun date nights, how to work through the hard things, how to actually budget your finances. Because here's something else you don't learn in school, how to budget your finances.
Right.
And then you're in debt and you're yelling at your spouse because she's spending too much money on Christmas gifts, but you've never even sat down and put it in a budget.
Right.
Because you have the budget in your mind and you think it's a budget. If it ain't on paper, it's not a budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so we want to help you. But here's the thing, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. Like when we do our course and have it out there, it's not going to be crazy expensive or anything. Just probably like $15,000. That's a joke. Calm down. But if you're not willing to invest $100 in yourself, I remember we saw this. We were in New York City. I saw a sign that said divorce, like lawyer, was $300. I was like, that divorce lawyer is $300, and the amount of money that is also going to come out of your bank account for that divorce is going to be way more than $300, when all you need to do, and this sounds so elementary, all you need to do is actually start budgeting $50 a week, $25 a week for your marriage to go out on dates. And you could literally ask ChatGPT or Google Gemini or the PDF that we have below, date night questions. It's free. You can literally click below right now and get it, and have conversations with your spouse so you don't have to get divorced.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh no, this is too hard. $300. Like, no. The average divorce after everything is closer to $20,000. Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing. One of you has to move out of the house.
Oh my gosh.
You can't live there anymore. That means you need a first month and last month rent. That means you have to have insurance. You now have a new house payment plus your old house payment. You know what I'm saying? So saying all of this, you need to learn how to invest in yourself, and you're doing it. If you're watching this YouTube video right now, if you're listening to this podcast, you're investing in yourself.
Yeah.
And that is what's going to make your marriage inspire other people that they can make it through. Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep going.
Number 4, if you really need it.
Yep. Counseling or therapy.
Therapy.
Yep.
It is a
documented.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what you're going to say, so I'm just saying.
It is a good investment. Therapy, counseling is a good investment. We have a rule.
Yes, we do.
That if I think that we need to go to our counselor, Judy.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. If we need to go, if I feel that we need to go, we go. Even if he doesn't think so. And vice versa. If he thinks that we need to go to therapy and I'm like, we're good. What is wrong with you? We go. Because maybe it isn't us. Maybe it's something that I'm struggling with this. Maybe it's something that you are dealing with on a personal level, but it's coming out on me, right? I want to be there to support you.
Yep.
But if it is me, I need to be humble enough to say like, okay, let's talk about it with a third party and let's get it figured out.
Yep.
And so it might seem like a weird Christmas gift, but I promise you, if your spouse is at that point, they're going to be so grateful.
Yeah.
Like, hey, babe, I just purchased 8 sessions with Judy, and I think that this is really going to benefit our marriage, and this is what I wanted to do.
For sure. And a lot of times, you need that third party to have a conversation with you. The problem is a lot of times you don't bring the third party into the room with you and your spouse and you just talk to your girlfriends about the issue.
Yeah.
And then it's just gossip. And then your girlfriends who went through divorce, they're like, well, this is what you do. You just divorce them. You just make an excuse because birds of a feather flock together. So it's like, if you need marriage advice, don't ask your divorce friend.
Right.
If I need alcohol advice, like, hey, I'm struggling with drinking, I'm not asking another alcoholic.
Right.
Like, I know that sounds like, right? Like so simple, like, yeah, that makes sense. But we don't do it.
Right.
So invest in yourself, get a counselor. Okay. Number 5, Krissy came up with this idea. It's really good. Homemade date night jar with ideas in it, right? Mm-hmm. So just a jar, date night ideas. Now again, we have a PDF below, click below. It's got tons.
Right. You don't even have to think about it.
No.
I did the work for you.
All you do then, you download that and you can write out every date night and put it in the jar. And so then all of a sudden you're like, hey, it's Friday night. What are we doing? Pull out of the jar. Boom. That's what we're doing. And it's a Christmas gift. Merry Christmas, babe.
Yeah.
She's like, you're so thoughtful.
I know.
So creative.
And I won't take the credit for you. I'm going to let you have it.
She knows that you got it from Krissy though. Because us guys are not thinking about that.
Probably.
Krissy had this idea too. It's so good. Bible with special scriptures highlighted. Now, originally when Krissy came to this idea and she brought it to me, I was like, so wait, I need to buy a Bible and read through the whole thing and then highlight the scriptures and then give it to her. So this is a next year gift. And she's like, no, you look up scriptures that will be meaningful to her and highlight and then give her the Bible at Christmas. Like, oh, that makes more sense. Versus like me, I was like, I don't have enough time to read the Bible by the 25th of December.
Right.
So, and here's the thing, okay? Let's not over spiritualize it. If you are a Christian, and this is, we're Christians, this is geared towards married Christians. If you're not a Christian, but you're like, I want to dabble, I want to check this out. Don't over spiritualize it. Christian or non-Christian, Google it.
Yeah.
Google scriptures.
Encouraging scriptures for my spouse. It's going to give you a list. You look it up. You highlight it.
That's it.
Scriptures that I can pray over my wife.
Yep.
Highlight Proverbs 31. Say, babe, this is you, and I appreciate you.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Write a little note next to it.
Scriptures to help me when I'm going through doubt, or dealing with doubt,
worry,
or fear, or
right.
Yeah. And then you're highlighting, giving it to her, and then you could even write next to. And again, I keep saying her, but
him.
You're giving it to him. You can even write next to that scripture what the topic is. So if it's fear, like, so when you're struggling with fear, those are all highlighted in red. When you need something encouraging, that's all highlighted in green. When you need something about love, when you're frustrated with the kids, that's all in orange. Whatever it is, you know. So I'm telling you what, I thought that was a great idea. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I'm going to get that for Christmas. Okay, another one, marriage conference. And you come with us on Valentine's Day. Not Valentine's Day. It's actually on the 15th on a Saturday right here in Brea, California. We're doing a marriage conference for Valentine's Day. If you're like, I don't live in California, I live on the East Coast, find something locally. You can so we put ours on Eventbrite. We obviously advertise it on Facebook and on Instagram. Look on Eventbrite, marriage stuff that's coming up. Mm-hmm. Look on Facebook, marriage stuff that's coming up.
Yes.
Go to a marriage conference. Google top marriage conferences in the U.S. or wherever you're watching this. Mm-hmm. Go to one, invest.
Yeah.
The last one, which is the best one? We
saved the best for last. And if you want to blow your spouse's mind, this is the best gift of 2024.
What is it, babe?
It is the 2025 marriage cruise.
That's it?
And we did it this past year, and it was freaking amazing.
Yes, it was.
It was so good. And so it's a 4-day. It's nothing extravagant. It's not even that expensive.
Right.
It's right out of Long Beach. And you spend 4 days. We go to Catalina Island. We go to Mexico. And then we had day at sea. You're not cooking.
It's all you can eat.
You're not cleaning.
Come on, somebody.
People are serving you. There's a spa. There's fun. There's games. And then we take about an hour and a half and we pour into you and your marriage. We give you tips. We talk about hard things. We have Q&As that we're able to talk about, like very specific things to your marriage. We walk you through that. And then the rest of the time you apply it, you talk about it, you go have fun together. Yep. It is like the best thing. Yep. It was awesome last year. I can't talk about it enough. Yep. And so that is, well, we're going to have details below. Yep. If you want to come, even just reaching out and saying, hey, I want more details, we'll get them to you. Yep. But this would be an amazing, babe, I bought us a cruise. Yes. It's for our marriage, but we're going to have fun. Yes. And it's going to be amazing.
For sure. And your kids won't be there. If you have kids. So yeah, the Married Life Cruise, that is going to be the end of July. It was either the 26th or 28th. I don't remember which day it was. So mark your calendars. We'll get you all the prices, all that stuff. But it's going to be a great time. Matter of fact, we were telling another pastor about it last night, and he said, hey, like, can our church go to that?
Absolutely.
And we said, yeah, we're going to advertise it for the Married Life. This last one, it was like a little trial for us. So we just had a few people from Vivid Church go, but now we saw, like, I mean, we had,
it's a win.
It's a win. It's such a win. So
for everybody.
So those are some deeper ways to celebrate, to grow, to strengthen your marriage this Christmas with those gifts instead of just a gift that is going to be at the Goodwill in 3 years.
Or less.
Or less.
Uh-huh.